So I hate scalpers as much as the next guy, but please don't do this. Don't.
Skip it up and that up.
Scalpers. I love them. Said no one ever. What scalpers are for people maybe in different parts of the world who maybe aren't familiar, I'm sure you all are. Scalpers buy a product, an anticipated product, whether it be a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, or RTX 3090, or the new AMD graphics cards. They buy them in bulk, get around the two-factor authentication. They make a whole bunch of different accounts because a lot of times these stores try to mitigate scalping by saying one item per person, but it doesn't work. They find ways around it. Then they buy up all the stock because it's high in demand, and then they'll go on eBay and sell it to you for 3 times the price. Literally, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's a disgusting practice, and I can't stand it. But don't rob them. Don't rob them. That's not what you do. This is not the way to handle it. Up in Toronto, Canada, scalpers are being robbed. This comes from thegamer.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. One or more of those gamers in Toronto, Canada, apparently got angry enough to actually start robbing scalpers. According to the Toronto police, numerous reports of robberies have been received by the department from people selling game systems online. A public safety alert was issued last night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the city of Toronto. Although police didn't mention which game systems were being sold, both the Xbox Series X and PS5 were just released recently, in case you were living under a rock. And I can't imagine anyone holding someone up to get an Xbox One they could just easily grab from the nearest Walmart. A spokesperson speaking to Global News said that detectives believe it is the same person/people perpetrating the robberies in and around the Yorkdale Mall area. Toronto PD suggests that anyone trying to sell a game console online asks to meet the buyer in a public space, only bring the agreed amount of cash, do the transaction during daylight hours, and to bring a friend. Some of the robberies are being made at weapon point, but police declined to say what sort of weapon. Look, scalping enrages me. It artificially inflates the demand of a product. Yes, I know the argument could be made, Rich, if there was an abundance of 3080s, 3090s, PS5s, Series X's, none of this would happen. True, I understand that, but it is frustrating when there's like a flood of PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's and Xbox Series S's and 3080s and 3090s going for like $1,500 to $2,000 on eBay. All of those abundance of listings could have been consoles that people bought fairly at MSRP. So it's a scumbag move. I can't stand scalping. On the flip side, though, don't hold them up at gunpoint. Like, don't rob anybody. Maybe it's an argument that I go back and forth with, and I'm torn on if it should become a legal matter where it's illegal to do something like this with a product and scalp it right away. I don't know. I'm torn back and forth if that should be the case. I know some people argue, Rich, that's how it works. That's capitalism. When there's demand, the price goes up if the supply isn't there. True, but then on the flip side, being devil's advocate with myself, they're helping make the demand go up, so those prices go up higher. So I don't know. Either way, scalpers are scumbags. I agree, but don't rob them. Don't hold them up at gunpoint or weapon, whatever weapon they used. It probably is a gun if the authorities are not saying which weapon it is. So it's just not worth it. So 2 things. Don't be a scalper, and also don't rob scalpers. That's a terrible move and makes you just as much of a scumbag, if not more of one. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.